শুরু হয়েছে না? হ্যাঁ, ডিসমিস ঠিক আছে, ওটা ডিসমিস করে দাও, তুমি করে থাকো।
So we were talking about properties of Cobb-Douglas production method. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about cost. Similar to our production, in case of cost also, we are starting with short run equation. But before going to discuss about short run or long run, we are talking about some basic concepts related to cost. Some basic concepts related to cost. Now,
let me write because that will help you. Screen is having some problem, but I believe online students you can see the screen. Can you see it? Online student, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So there is some problem in visualizer, which was not there in last class, but now some problem is there. But you can see it, I believe, and you know it already. We are facing some problem in visualizer, but still it is visible, I believe. So when we talk about cost, so similar to your production, short run or long run, cost also can have two different aspects. One is short run, another is long run, and by default you know by this time what is short run, what is long run. Short run represents a time period when some of your inputs are fixed in nature, whereas some of your inputs are variable in nature. In production I discuss it. Okay. Accordingly, your function I draw it, Q is a function of K bar L, means capital is at certain level. You remember or not? Variable in nature. It is a function of K, L, M. Both capital and labor may vary. That was the case. We discuss it in the context of short run. Okay. As well as in long run production. Similarly, in case of cost, all the inputs or resources, whatever you are using, that is not freely available. So you are purchasing it from market, might be. Labor you are hiring from labor market. Daily might be you are paying, maybe if it is a casual labor, daily wage labor might be 300 rupees, 400 rupees, something you are paying. So cost involved. Similarly, if it is a permanent staff, you are paying monthly salary. For production, this is suppose your production unit. Here you are producing this pen. Okay. To produce this pen, you need plastic, ink, and so and so. That you are purchasing it from market. The cost involved. Room rent. Suppose this is you hire this room with a monthly agreement of 10,000 rupees per month. You need to make the payment as a room rent. Okay. So that is a cost. To purchase a machine, that is a cost. So accordingly, even in short run, some of your cost will be fixed, some of your cost will be variable in nature. Means against fixed input you will find fixed cost, against variable input you will get variable cost. Clear or not? So in short run, cost will be two different kinds. So total cost will be a combination of total fixed cost plus total variable cost. So if I write a cost function like total cost equal to 10 plus 6q minus 0.9 q square plus 0.05 q to the power 3. Seeing that one, you should understand that this is a short run cost function because this component is representative of fixed cost, total fixed cost, and this portion represent total variable cost. How you measure it? Because make Q 0, no production, Q is 0. Q means output. This is my factory, suppose this room is my production area. I am here to start my production. Q is 0, Q is the output. No production. Still you are incurring
That's cost of 10. That might be against your room rent. Whether you produce or not, you have to pay the room rent. Whether you produce or not, you have to pay the permanent salary to your permanent staff. Salary to your permanent staff. You purchase already a machine. Production is yet to start, you have to purchase the machine. Suppose you already incurred. That is the representation of fixed cost. Clear or not? Try to understand. Understanding is important, otherwise in exam you will find problem. It will be offline, you have to understand. Okay? You go outside and tell him hi instead of doing it here. And some of you, the way you are coming, it's just like you are coming here for doing a party. You are already late. You are supposed to come as quickly as possible. Be on time. Because probably you observed also in online class, I prefer today because of your technical problem, it was late. But I was here at least 10 minutes before. I prefer to start that class on time as well as prefer to leave on time also. And I have a record that I closed that door also. If you are too late, those who are coming late, I am telling it. Either you come on time, otherwise I will close the door. I have record. You may like me, you may not like me also, but that is, I have to do it at certain stage. Because if I am not controlling you here, someone will come after half an hour, someone will come after 1 hour also. What will I do? I have to draw the line sometime. I am not saying that exactly at 10, at least 5 minutes extra I can give you. If I assume, because most of your classes are nowadays here, most of your classes. So from one place to one room to another room, maximum 5 minutes you require, not more than that. And if suppose your class is supposed to be over at 9:55, then also I am giving you 5 minutes extra, means 10 minutes you are getting. I do not think that here in any room, from one room to another room, if you need to move, you require more than 10 minutes. You need to think about it. Anyway, so in short run, certain cost will be fixed in nature, certain cost will be variable in nature. Like plastic. If I produce 1 unit, my requirement of plastic will be small quantity. I will purchase accordingly from market. Suppose I got an order to supply 1 million unit of this paper. So I will purchase more quantity of supply, more quantity of plastic. So depending upon level of output, this cost on plastic will vary. Cost on casual labor will vary. If I produce only small quantity, I might not be hiring any casual labor or might do one labor. But if I am producing 1 million unit of this paper, I might be hiring maybe 10 casual labor or maybe even more, depending upon my requirement. So accordingly, casual labor is daily wage labor. Depending upon my requirement, I am hiring on daily basis from market. End of the day, I am paying them salary, daily wage, 300, 400, whatever it is. So if you need to produce more, your requirement of labor is more, you might be hiring maybe casual labor or daily wage labor and paying them. That is variable in nature. Running cost of that machine cost is a fixed cost, but running cost of that machine is a variable cost. Because if you produce more, you need to run the machine for longer time, the running cost will go up. So depending upon the level of output, variable cost will vary. Just like your variable input. Clear or not? In case you have, do not hesitate in my class. Go on asking any question related to my question. I will not mind, I will be happy that. N number of times I am ready to explain. And those who are online, you can also go parallelly ask me question. Okay, because I am all the time, I am not in front of my screen, I am moving here and there. Because of that, in case you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me. So students, online students, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. It is recording is going on, or online as well as offline students even go back and you can download that recording. It's up to you. Okay. But please remember, question will be easy, but it involves your numerical problem as well as maybe descriptive question. Not very long. It is unlike your MCQ. Talking about your offline final exam. Okay. At least my portion I can tell you that one. But those who are regular in class, it will be easier for you. If you are clear, if you are understanding, question will be whatever we are discussing it in class, it will be something from that one only, based on that concept, I am telling you. So those who are regular in class, it will be much more easier. Anyway, so fixed cost and variable cost clear. Now, you also know another concept, that is your average cost. Average cost is just like average product. You remember, average cost is total cost divided by Q. Q is the output. So average cost means on an average per unit cost of output. Q is the denominator. You are dividing it with Q. Total cost divided by Q. So similarly, here you can get two other concepts, which is average fixed cost, total fixed cost divided by Q, and average variable cost, TVC, total variable cost divided by Q. Okay? Or you can write average cost equal to average fixed cost plus average variable cost. In that way also you can express it. Okay? Another is there, that is called marginal cost. Marginal cost is the first order derivative of total cost with respect to output. First order derivative. Meaning is, suppose I am producing 100 unit. For producing 100 unit, I am incurring some cost. I am incurring some cost. Instead of 100 unit, I started producing one additional unit. One additional unit of that product, 101 unit. For additional unit, you will incur some additional cost. That is your marginal cost. This is the additional cost you incur for producing one additional unit of that particular product. So first order derivative of your total cost with respect to Q. A small quantity of output if you produce, what will be your additional cost? That is measured. Just like your marginal product, marginal utility, everywhere this marginal concept is very, very important. Okay? Now, there are few more concepts involved here, some basic concepts about cost. One is actual cost, another is opportunity cost. Actual cost versus your opportunity cost. Actual cost versus opportunity cost. Actual cost means whatever you are actually incurring in your production. I am producing this pen. This is my factory. Whatever cost I am incurring, that is your actual cost. What is opportunity cost? So opportunity cost is not actually a cost. It is the return from next best alternative you are sacrificing because of your present investment decision. Suppose it may be investment decision, it may be indicative decision because of your present decision. Opportunity cost is not actually a cost. It is the return from next best alternative. Or you can say, or sacrifice. I am giving you an example, maybe two different ways I am giving you the example. One is, suppose you have 1 lakh rupee. That 1 lakh rupee you can invest in your some other business of your friends or something, where you are expecting a return of 20%. You are expecting a 20% means 20,000. End of the day, end of the year you are expecting 20,000 return. Another investment is there option, maybe investing in your own business where you are expecting a return of 15%. Okay, 20%, and here it is 15%. And another option is also there, suppose, these are hypothetical value. Another option, suppose keeping that money in bank without taking any tension, you are earning 8% return. Fixed deposit, no headache, nothing. You are keeping that 1 lakh rupee in your account, fixed deposit, 8% you are getting a return. These are expected income, expected return. 20% in another business, 15% in your own business. There may be many more options. These are hypothetical values, just I mentioned it. Now, suppose your basic objective is profit maximization. You want to maximize your profit. You invested here. Then what I said, opportunity cost is the return from next best alternative forgone. Means 15,000 will be the opportunity cost in this case. Opportunity cost of investing your 1 lakh rupee money here, opportunity cost of investing your 1 lakh rupee here will be your 15,000. What I say, opportunity cost is the return from next best alternative forgone or sacrifice. As you decided to invest 1 lakh, because you have 1 lakh rupee, you can invest only in one option, not in 2-3 options. So if you decide that you will invest it here, opportunity cost of investing here will be 15,000. If you invest it here, opportunity cost of investing here will be 20,000. Next best alternative, whatever is best among all these available. Then question arises that why it is important, why you need to know. You are not actually incurring any cost. This is not a cost. Why you need to know then? First, you see here, this is your expected income. If I invest here, you are expecting a return of 20%. You may not get also. You may get also, you may not get also. End of the year, suppose you got a return of 14,000. 14,000. Here. What was your next best alternative? Next best alternative was 15,000. Whatever you are actually getting it, you deduct that one with next best alternative. If your end value is negative or positive, if your end value is positive, or if your end value is negative, suppose, in this case it is negative, what does it show? Whatever may be, any value negative. It may be by 1 rupee or whatever it is. Any value it is negative means what? What does it show? What does it mean? The present investment decision where you made it, you invested it. In comparison to that one, your alternative is better. Because of that, it is negative. It may be by 1 rupee also. If you are getting it 20% as per your expectation, 20,000 minus 50,000 and value will be a positive one. Then you can say that, okay, whatever I invested it is better. It is because in comparison to alternative, present investment decision is giving me a positive value. Means my present decision is giving me higher return. If it is a negative value, it shows that your alternative is better than what you are doing it now. Indirectly, it is telling you, giving you a warning that look at your alternative. Then you will analyze it, whether it is a one-time phenomena or it is happening regularly, that each and every cases you are getting even negative value or lower return than your alternative one. If it is a continuous one, you have to think about switching over, maybe if possible, business from this one to your alternative or some other business where return will be more. And if it is a one time, you can tolerate. Because of market fluctuation or something happened
at a certain your required muscles.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you're not audible.
Online student, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Okay. So now it is coming better at least. That is disappeared. Let me see whether recording is going on now. Okay. So no need to do anything. So online student, I in the meantime, what we discuss, two aspects we discuss. One is business cost. Briefly, I am discussing for them. Just two aspects. Maybe it will take maybe 2-3 minutes. Business cost versus full cost. Business cost means whatever you are incurring in a business. That is called your business cost. Just like actual cost. Business cost is whatever you are incurring in a business, but full cost includes, besides business cost, full cost also include opportunity cost and normal profit. Normal profit is the minimal profit you expect to remain in a business. Business cost is that cost that you incur in a business. It is just similar to your actual cost. But full cost includes, besides business cost, full cost also include opportunity cost, which already discussed here, as well as your minimal profit. This is that normal minimal profit you expect to remain in a business. Say in your production, suppose you expect a return of 12%. If 12% return is not there, you will not continue with that business. You will just leave that business. Okay? That is happening. Then another cost concept I discussed, that is your explicit cost. Explicit cost versus implicit cost. Explicit costs are those costs which are incurred in your business. These are appearing in your books of account, just like business cost and actual cost. Explicit costs are those costs which are incurred in your business and which are appearing in your books of account, like cost on raw material, cost on fixed input, like your cost on labor, cost on capital, cost on electricity, whatever it is. Those are appearing in your books of account. Implicit costs are just like your opportunity cost. This is, say for example, you are working in your own factory, you are working as a manager. Then for you are not incurring any cost, but you are sacrificing some money, because if you work in nearby factory, you can earn easily 20,000. So that 20,000 you are sacrificing. That is called your implicit cost of your own labor. Similarly, in some agricultural field, family laborers are working. Say family females as well as children, they are working. Against them you are not, as per their free time, against them you are not incurring any cost. That is called your imputed value of family labor or implicit cost of family labor. Okay? Then another cost concept involved, which is not discussed even here also. These two I discussed it in between to our offline students, so I am discussing it here also. Now another cost concept is there, that is called your private cost and your social cost. Private cost versus social cost. Online students, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Private cost versus social cost. Private cost means these are the costs which you are incurring in your business. Means, suppose this room is my production unit where I am producing this pen. Okay.
So whatever cost I am incurring in the production process, that is my private cost. Privately I am incurring. Whatever cost I am incurring in my production process, that is my private cost. Social costs include, besides private cost, social costs also include external cost. Means social cost is equal to private cost plus external cost. Why private cost? Because I am also a member of the society. Because of that, my cost is also appearing under social cost. In that way, private cost is coming. What is external cost? Suppose I am producing this page. Whatever cost I am incurring, that is appearing in private cost as well as in social cost also, because one component of social cost is private cost. But in that process of production, what I am doing, all this industrial waste I am dumping it in nearby river. One river is there nearby my factory. I am dumping it in nearby river. When I am dumping it, river water is polluted. That river water is used by other people in that society. As they are using polluted water, they might be started suffering from skin problem and health other problems. When they are suffering, their productivity is lost. They might be going frequently to primary healthcare system. Against that one, there is an expenditure on their medicine also. Their productive hour also decrease. Might be someone is taking leave because he is seriously injured, suffering. So these are not inside or related to your production directly. You are not incurring any cost. Under private cost, it is not a payment. But whole society is bearing that cost. This is coming under social cost. These are actually external costs. External to your production environment, but whole society is bearing. Like I am producing this pen, and all this, because of my production, air is polluted. As air is polluted, nearby area, all people are suffering might be from respiratory problem and so and so, lung problem and so on. The whole society is bearing. Whatever cost they are incurring, that is not my private cost. That is not associated with my production process. Means I am not incurring any cost in the process of production. But whole society is bearing, that is their external cost. It is external to my production environment. So social cost include both private cost plus external cost. Okay. Now let's come back to our equation again. What I mentioned it here. Total cost, I just wrote it. 10 plus 6q minus 0.9 q square plus 0.05 q to the power 3. And whatever I am discussing it short-run cost function only. Please remember. So this is your short-run cost function. By seeing that equation, you should understand. Now this kind of discussion you can make it in three different ways. One is earlier in production also I mentioned that you can do it. Three different ways. One is your in a tabular form. You can do it. Another is your maybe graphically. Another is your numerically. You can do it. Three different ways you can do it easily. Okay. Now let's go for discussing your in a tabular form. Then we will go on graphically, then numerically. Numerically, in fraction of second, you can solve it. Whatever is required. So here, what is your unknown variable? Unknown variable is Q. Q is the output. I do not know the value of Q. I am going on putting 1, 2, 3, 4 in that way. Against that one, I will get some total cost value. against this total cost. In that one again you will get your total fixed cost also. Total fixed cost, you know it already. I have given it. So each and every case it will be 10. Irrespective of level of output, total fixed cost remain fixed. And TVC, total variable cost. Against different value of Q, this portion is total variable cost. You know it, I believe. Then you can find it out average cost also. TC divided by Q. Average cost equal to TC divided by Q. You can find it out. Similarly, you can find it out average fixed cost also. Average fixed cost is, already I wrote it here. I believe AFC is TFC divided by Q. ABC is TBC divided by Q. MC is first order derivative by Q with respect to Q. You know it, I believe. So I am again not writing those equations. AFC, ABC, average variable cost. Then you can find it out marginal cost also. Okay. Or in other way also you can do it. Here. Anyway, if you draw those values in a graph paper, x-axis is Q. This will be your total fixed cost. Irrespective of level of output, it remain always 10. See here, total fixed cost. 10. It's a straight line. What will happen to AFC? TFC divided by Q. So it will go on decreasing. More and more of Q means what? Denominator is increasing means it will go on decreasing. Okay. Then what will happen to your in this case you can write TFC, AFC, you can superimpose also TVC, total variable cost. Total variable cost will be, this will be your TVC. In general, more or less, it will have this kind of shape. Okay. And what will happen to your AFC, average ABC, average variable cost? Suppose there are 3 points. Suppose A, B, C. At point A, suppose this is M. At point A, what is ABC? ABC is, you know it already, ABC is TVC divided by Q. ABC is TVC divided by Q. You know it already. So at this particular point, what is TVC? TVC is AM. TVC, this side is y-axis is TVC. So AM divided by OM, Q is OM. AM divided by OM. AM divided by OM means it will be slope of the line OA. Clear? So at point A, ABC is slope of the line OA. You will get some value. That value, suppose you put it here. At point B, slope of the line OB. Slope of the line OB. Slope is less. Slope is less means you will get a value little bit lower than this one. You will get some value if you put ABC value. C, slope of the line OC. Slope is little bit more. So if you join, you may identify so many points. If you join, you will get a curve. So slope will be ABC, will be like this. What will be that slope for MC, marginal cost. Or okay, before going to this one, what will be the slope for AC or TC? TC is what? You know it. TC is what? TFC plus TVC. Just addition. TFC. TFC is straight line. TVC is this one. So TC will be same shape. It will start from here. This will be your TC. Total cost. In short run, it will start from here because you are adding fixed cost component. So as shape is same, shape of TC will also be quite similar with ABC. Here. Here, what is happening? Only it is starting from here. Fixed cost is here, you are adding it up. Shape will be same, TC and TBC. Only it will start from here after adding fixed cost component. And what will happen to marginal cost? First order derivative of total cost. This is your total cost curve. So identify certain points here, here, here. Draw tangent. Slope of the tangent will give you MC. Because you remember MC. MC is here. First order derivative. So you are getting it here in this way. So if I okay. So if I am using a other case. If I draw it, superimpose it in one graph. This will be your average cost. This will be your ABC. This will be your average fixed cost. Maybe this may be your marginal cost curve. So it will be AC, ABC, AFC, MC, so and so. Superimposed it. You will get in this way. Okay? You are getting it. Now this one you can prove it. You can prove it in other way also. Means I draw it, if you plot it in a graph paper, you will get more or less this kind of shape. But you can prove it in other way also. If you study the relationship between say AC and MC, average cost and marginal cost. Average cost and marginal cost. You can prove it other way also. In a cubic cost function, those tabular values, if you plot it in a graph paper, you will get these values or you will get this kind of shape curve. But other way also you can prove it. How? Just see the relationship between AC and MC, suppose. You know what is MC? MC is first order derivative of TC with respect to Q. You know it already. But our interest is what? Relationship between MC and AC. MC and AC. So this TC, this portion right hand side, we need to convert it into AC. That is our objective. And we know the relationship between TC and AC. AC is equal to TC, total cost divided by Q. You know it already. Average cost is equal to total cost divided by Q. Means AC into Q is equal to TC. So that I am writing it here. D AC into Q divided by DQ. And if you go for this one, it will be AC plus Q DAC by DQ. MC equal to. Okay. If I simplify it, DAC by DQ equal to 1 by Q MC minus AC. When equation is not in front of me, I have three options. One is if AC value, average cost value, is more than marginal cost value. Average cost value is more than marginal cost value. What will happen to DAC by DQ? DAC by DQ represents what? DAC by DQ? Slope of average cost curve. Slope of average cost curve. If AC is more than MC, here, I do not know, equation is not in front of me. If AC is more than MC, average cost is higher than marginal cost. What will happen? This will be negative value. Entire right hand side will be a negative value. Left hand side represents slope of average cost curve. Slope is negative. See here, up to this point, AC is higher than MC because MC is here. For corresponding value of Q, up to this point, AC is higher than MC. MC value is here. For different value of Q, you see AC is higher than MC. AC is higher than MC. AC is higher than MC. Slope is negative. Here it is negative. Up to this point, slope is negative. Second condition, if AC is equal to MC, AC is equal to MC, AC average cost value is equal to MC, this will be 0, right hand side will be 0, slope is 0. DAC by DQ is 0, slope is 0. At this particular point, you see, this is a minimum point where MC is cutting your average cost curve. Minimum point means slope of AC is 0. Slope is 0. Clear? And third condition is if AC is less than MC. AC is less than MC, this will be positive value. DAC by DQ is positive. Beyond that point, for against any value of Q, you see MC is higher than AC. So here at this particular section, AC is positive, slope is positive. Means that way we are drawing, this is right. And how you can summarize it? This diagram, MC curve, marginal cost curve. MC curve cut your average cost curve from below at its minimum point. MC curve is cutting your average cost curve from below at its minimum point. And this shows the relationship between MC and AC. This shows the relationship between MC and AC. That is happening to ABC also. MC curve is cutting your ABC curve at its minimum point from below. And the minimum point means minimum point corresponding value of Q is known as critical value of output. Say here critical value of output with respect to ABC is suppose Q1 here. This is the level of output where ABC is minimum, or here Q2 suppose it is AC is minimum. This is called critical value of output Q, where ABC or AC is minimum.
where MC is cutting your AC curve. Clear? Now, if I ask you, find out the critical value of output, suppose your total cost equal to 10 plus 6Q minus 0.9 Q square plus 0.05 Q to the power 3. Okay, that was our equation. So find it out, critical value. Critical value of output Q with respect to ABC. Say, suppose ABC. Critical value of output with respect to ABC. So you tell me what will be that value? Quickly. From using that equation. Mathematically you can prove it quickly, you are good in mathematics. You should not take more than 2-3 seconds. I do not know. I know. See, two issues are there. One already give that answer. First, this calculation is not the basic issue. Your understanding is important. Shouldn't make a mistake here. As it is too easy, because of that, shouldn't make mistake. What kind of mistake? I am telling you, mistake only. When I am talking about ABC, what they are doing it, students, first you need to know the ABC. What is your ABC in this equation? Where student make mistake? Student many a times are dividing everything by Q. If you are dividing everything by Q, you are calculating AC, not ABC. AC and ABC is different. This is your TBC. ABC is what? ABC is equal to TBC divided by Q. You need to know the TBC. So if you divide everything by Q, first step itself you are making the mistake and you are getting a big zero. You are spending your time, energy, everything. And do not come to me with a request that no, my steps are correct. Give me some mark. Such kind of question I will give maximum 1 mark. If possible, I will try to reduce even 0.5 marks. I will not. There's nothing to do with here. You need to know first your TBC. The moment you identify correctly TBC, it's done. ABC is TBC by Q. So this portion divided by Q. So your ABC is here equal to 6 minus 0.9 Q plus 0.05 Q square. Most of the students make mistake in calculating this step itself. Easy, because of that they are just overlooking. So be careful. Then you know it is the minimum point. Minimum point means slope of ABC is 0. So dABC by dQ equal to 0. Do not go for calculation of MC. The unnecessary step calculation. Means what? First order derivative, it will be minus 0.9 plus 0.01, 0.1, sorry, 0.1. 0.1 Q equal to 0. Means your Q equal to 9. When you produce 9 unit of output, your ABC will be minimum at that level. Simple. 2 steps only you will get. Because of that I said only 2-3 seconds. Someone might be calculating it without writing anything. So calculation is not at all a problem for any of you. You are good in mathematics. These kind of things are might be in 9, 10, or maybe before that. But students make mistake in calculating their ABC, their portion, and they are getting a 0. Not getting the results, moving here and there, and so and so, spending time and so and so. Clear? Then what else? This is I was discussed. Okay.
Now, let me go for discussing your long run situation. Long run situation, suppose. A long run cost. So in long run cost, what happened? All inputs are variable except technology. So there is no concept of fixed cost and variable cost. All costs are variable in nature, long run. Suppose I am considering a 5-year production process. Suppose, hypothetically, it may be 5, 10, 20, so and so. And one production cycle involves, suppose I am producing this pen. So this, initially I discussed this production in short run. It's one production cycle. Suppose hypothetically, one production cycle for pen may be involved maybe 1 week or 1 day or 2 days. Hypothetically, suppose I am considering that one production cycle is 1 year. Suppose. Maybe anything. It may be a rice. Suppose I am producing rice. Yearly once I am producing. Okay. Or this pen. Suppose for your simple understanding, I use it is yearly production. Once in a year. One production cycle involves 1 year. Not necessarily. It may be 1 day, it may be 1 month, it may be 3 months also. Depending upon what kind of product you are producing, it may vary. If I consider 5 years, that will involve 5 production cycles. When time period is long, all these fixed inputs, which was there in short run, it was fixed. It may become a variable also. Like in 1 year time period. Number of machines may not change, but if I consider a 5 year, 10 year, 20 years time period, number of machines may change. Because in 20 years time period, I may purchase 1 more machine or 2 more machines. Number of space or amount of space or building, that may also change. Number of permanent staff also may change. So all the fixed input may be variable in nature. So if I consider short run, if I consider a production process of 5 production cycle, then very first year I am getting a short run total cost curve 1 for first year. Second year, this side is Q. Second year, STC 2. I am with time, initially I just started my business. First year it may happen that I could not even manage all the raw material. Second year I purchase more raw material, so my output is also, expansion is also taking place simultaneously. Third year, STC 3, STC 4, so and so. It will go on in that way. Corresponding to each and every short run production, you will get short run average cost, that is already done. So against this one, I am getting a short run average cost curve, something like this. Against this one, I am getting a short run average cost curve of like this. Because when your expansion is taking place, average cost may come down. It may not be also. These are your short run average cost 1, SAC 2, SAC, SAC 3, SAC 4, and so and so. It will go on in that way. Average cost, this is your total cost, suppose. Very first year, everybody try to prefer to work it here, means at low minimum point of your average cost curve. But what happen in reality, it may happen that you might be producing only at
Somewhere here might be. Why? First year I started producing it here. I could not manage even sufficient raw material. My machine ran only for 2 hours. Machine is underutilized. Space is underutilized because I started my business. I do not have any reference. It may happen. Most of these resources are not properly utilized. First production cycle. It may be 1 year, it may be 1 month, it may be 1 day, whatever it is. First production cycle. Resources are not utilized properly. I do not have any reference. I do not know what is the optimal requirement of labor. I just hired 2 labor. Then I realized that no 2 labor is not sufficient. But when I realize it, by that time production first cycle's production is over almost. Second production cycle, I rectify some of my mistakes. So I purchase more raw material so that machine will be utilized more. Space will be utilized in a better way. So each and every production cycle, whatever mistakes was there in your previous production cycle, some of them you are rectifying. Because of that, your resource utilization will be better and better. Okay? You are making, say, you realize that 2 labor is not enough. Second production cycle, you recruited 5 more labor. Optimal requirement is suppose 15. You do not know, reference is not there. You recruited 2, then you realize that no, 2 is not enough. You recruited 5 more, so then becomes 7. Second production cycle. Then also you realize that no, this is also not sufficient. You hire 3 more labor. Because at one go, you do not, most of these producers do not prefer to hire so many labor together. They are gradually expand their production. Then it becomes 10. Then also they require. In that way, it is going on. More and more labor, division of labor, efficiency will go up, better and better utilization will go up. You are rectifying some of your mistakes. When you are rectifying some of your mistakes, second production cycle, as your efficiency improve little bit in comparison to previous case, you are moving little bit closer to this one. Third one, suppose you rectify that. Hypothetically, I assume that you rectify most of your mistakes. So you might be producing it here. Fourth one, there may be possibility that you might be producing here. Because suppose your optimal requirement of labor is 15, you recruited it here. But how will you know this is my optimal requirement? You do not know. You have to go and you have to recruit maybe more. Then only you will realize that, okay, instead of 15, you recruited 20 labor. Then you realize that no, some of my labor are underutilized. We do not require so many labor. Either you will try to switch over those labor, shift those labor to some other activities, or maybe you will throw them out if possible. Labor law permits it. So in that process, what happens, your average cost of production may go up also. That is one possibility I am just telling you. Okay. So this is happening only in long run. So if you join such kind of points, ultimately you are getting a curve which will be called long run average cost curve. Here, what you are doing it, very fast production cycle you produce it here, then you bring efficiency, your average cost of production bring down, again you bring it down further, fourth period it may go up also, that possibility is also there. And against each and every, against this long run average cost curve, you will get a marginal cost curve also, long run marginal cost curve, which will cut your long run average cost curve from below at its minimum point. At its minimum point, this is happening. Okay? And each and every production cycle, you are bringing efficiency, because of that your average cost of production is going down. And anyway, even it happened that when you are going for expansion, your fixed cost in short run, which was appearing, like cost of machine and other materials, building, so and so. When you are going on expansion, your cost of production is not proportionately increased, because some of your fixed inputs earlier might be underutilized. When you are going for expansion, it is becoming better and better utilized.
Because of that, your cost is not proportionately increasing. It may increase when you are going for expanding, producing maybe 100 unit, then 200,000, 1 million. Cost will go up, but most of this cost is increasing because of your variable cost, raw material, direct cost. Some of your existing resources you might be utilizing in that process with minimal cost. So this is also called your envelope curve. Long run average cost curve is also called LAC, long run average cost curve is also called your envelope curve, because just like an envelope, inside that one you will get so many short run average cost curve, just like an envelope. And here against each and every this one you will get short run marginal cost curve also, SMC 2, so and so you will get. Corresponding to each and every average cost, you will get short run marginal cost curve also. But in long run, marginal cost is cutting your long run average cost curve from below at its minimum. Okay, this is also called your envelope curve. This you can draw it from here also. Ultimately, in long run, total cost curve there will not be any fixed cost component. So ultimately, it will start something like this. This diagram is not corresponding to this one, but in general, this will get a long run total cost curve, LTC. From long run total cost curve also, you can draw your long run average cost curve. But please remember, this long run total cost curve and long run average cost curve is not corresponding here. You do not confuse here. I draw it here, but when I draw it, I need little bit more space, and corresponding to this one, I need to draw it. Means here, your minimum point will be somewhere, is supposed to be here only. See in any books or any internet, you will find this diagram. Plenty. Okay. So each and every production process, you are bringing efficiency. So what I am saying it here, this is technically possible. You are bringing it down. Okay. But can you really produce at minimum point? Can you really produce at minimum point here? The answer is no. Forget about producing it in positively sloped portion. So most of the cases we say that farms usually produce in negatively sloped portion. Negatively sloped portion. Why? Farm usually produce in negatively sloped portion of your average cost curve. Why? Use your common sense and tell me. Why I say that in minimum point, although it is ideal, you try. But I say, or people usually say that you produce only in negatively sloped portion of your average cost curve. Why? Why I say this one? Tell me. It doesn't require any super knowledge of economics, just common sense of economics. When you are producing at minimum point, what does it mean? When you produce at minimum point, what does it mean? Minimum point you are producing means what? Now, minimum average. That I know also. That is minimum point of average cost curve you are producing means minimum average. But what does it mean? Cost of production is minimum. That is also seen. What does it mean? When you move from here, then here, then here, in minimum point you are producing, what does it mean? Means your production is 100% efficient? You are claiming indirectly that there is no further scope to reduce it further. Average cost of production. Your production is 100% efficient. Can you really claim that your production is 100% efficient? You claim, I will say in 10 different ways how to reduce it further. No producer can say. If you talk about only utilization of your resource in a better way, then at certain stage your soft skill will also come into picture. When human resource management and technique will come into picture, that employees' motivation, how you attract it or motivate them in such a way that they will give you 200%. Those aspects soft skill will come. If right now you are bringing raw material from warehouses, and someone will say, no, you see, it's a 3-wheeler and bring it together. Or someone will say, no, you construct a conveyor belt, which is large scale production. Construct a conveyor belt, only 2 labor will be required for loading and unloading. And different way you can manipulate your production environment so that your average cost of production go down, or indirectly you are bringing more and more efficiency. Bringing efficiency. So there are n different ways you can do. If there is a scope always, how can you claim that I am producing at minimum when there is always a scope to reduce it further? When there is a scope, you are indirectly claiming that you are only working at negatively sloped portion, not at minimum point. The moment you say that minimum point, no scope, and that is not happening. So you are producing it negatively sloped portion means there is always a scope, and that is happening exactly in modern cost concept. So modern cost concept, what is happening with respect to say variable cost? Cost curve is something like that. It is bowl shaped. Modern cost concept. It's a short run average cost curve, suppose. Average variable cost. Variable cost, suppose. This is bowl shape. Means what is happening here? You are bringing down your average cost of production. No problem. You are bringing it down. Then you brought it to some acceptable level. That okay, this is okay for me. I bring it down considerably. If you try too much, then you can definitely further you can bring it down. You can bring it down up to here. But you are not trying too much. You brought it down up to a considerable level. After that, what you are doing it, you ensure that this is maintained. This is maintained. It is not increasing further. But depending upon your requirement, you are giving more emphasis on expanding or reducing, expanding or reduction of your level of output. As per your requirement, maintaining that minimal cost, maintaining that lower cost of production, you can expand your level of output or you can reduce your level of output. In modern cost concept, you are giving too much emphasis on that one. Not on working only at here, by trying here too much. Because first of all, how can you claim that you can produce at minimum point, when there is always a scope to reduce it further? So companies or firms are trying to reduce it to some acceptable level. After that, they try to maintain that one, and as per their requirement, they can expand or reduce their level of output. This is called your reserve capacity. This portion is called your reserve capacity. Reserve capacity means as per their requirement, they can expand their level of output or they can shrink or they can reduce their level of output. This is their reserve capacity, and this reserve capacity play a very important role here in modern cost concept, because now which one? I'm not getting it. Oh, short-run average variable cost or your variable cost. Fixed cost you can draw it. I'm also coming that one.
Suppose variable cost are. This is.
So what is happening here? This reserve capacity play a very important role here. At a certain, this is your factory. You know, some of your products might be seasonal in nature. Winter season, you need more product. So there is always companies try to maintain a reserve capacity. Means as per their wish, they can expand it their level of output. And as per their requirement, they can even reduce their level of output or production. At a certain, there is a fire broke out in your factory. Machine is damaged. You need 1 week time to replace it. 1 week your production is suffered. What will happen to your supply chain? Your product is consumed by so many consumers in market. When it is not regular in market, I will switch over from your brand to some other product. I will not continue with your product when there is no guarantee that tomorrow I will get your product. So maintaining your supply chain is very, very important in business. When you are having a reserve capacity, there might be some stock. 1 week somehow you manage, but immediately once it is required, immediately you went for full scale production and you maintain that gap or compensated that loss to some extent. Sometimes there is a labor strike. Unfortunately, how will you compensate if such kind of facilities are not there? So most of these companies prefer to have reserve capacity.
Fixed cost, suppose fixed cost. So fixed cost, what is happening? Average fixed cost in general, it is coming down in this way. Up to this side is Q. Just give me 2 minutes. Fixed cost. So if I am having some machine, so I'm right now I can produce up to Q1. If I continue with my machine, I can produce up to maybe Q2 level of output. Okay, Q2 level of output. This is your average fixed cost suppose. What I did, I made some investment here. After 5 years or 7 years, I made some investment here. My average fixed cost will go up because I made some investment. I replace your damaged parts of that machine. I renovate that machine. So my average fixed cost may go up here. But in that process, what may happen? I might be producing maybe much higher even for longer duration. At fixed cost might be, I am producing might be Q3. Because of that, as I spend some money, renovate that machine, remove those damaged parts, new parts was replaced. Now I can run that machine which may be up to 15 years. Earlier it would have been maximum up to 10 years would have been possible to produce only Q2. That too at this level. But now, as I renovated it, I can produce up to Q3 level of output with that same machine. And average fixed cost or average cost of production is also coming down to this level, not here. So those kind of techniques are usually followed here in that modern cost concept in that kind of production. Okay. So any question if you have, you can ask me. Next class I will discuss about your economies and diseconomies of scale. Economies and diseconomies of scale. Next class. Anyone is having any question, you can ask me. Online student, any question? Online student, do you have any